So let's do an experiment. I want you to close your eyes and reach for your smartphones.
I know where it is, so. Okay.
Oh, now I don't know how I'm gonna. I don't even know if it's unlocked now.
Okay, now unlock your smartphones.
I have to unlock it?
Yeah. And go to your dialer.
Go to your dialer.
Go to your dialer.
Okay. I
And
think I can
type
do
in 100.
Oh my God, who am I calling?
Have I died?
No, you haven't done anything. You can see what you've done.
Just relax. It's okay. He's so
Okay.
full. He's gone into. Dhruv is in full panic mode. He's like, what do I do? What's going to happen next?
The experience that you had is faced by millions of visually impaired users, smartphone users all across the world. And primarily, again, this is the reason why most of them don't even have smartphones. In a survey done in 2019, 8 out of 10 visually impaired cell phone users still use feature phones.
Okay.
You know, feature phones with those buttons. This idea sort of came to me when I was at a conference for persons with disabilities. And I was having dinner with a blind girl. And after the conversation, we were exchanging our numbers. And I was alarmed at how difficult it was to input. She had a smartphone. She was very uncomfortable putting in. And I was like, again, this is, that was what, 2018. And this is 2018. This can't be this difficult to input like a number onto a phone. And that is where sort of the seed of the idea to create a better interface for a smartphone really came in. After this, again, I spent some time, hacked together something. Again, I broke open Bluetooth keyboards and sort of arranged the keyboards in different way. So the hypothesis is that just like QWERTY keyboards, the visually impaired use braillers or braille typewriters. So that is what I thought to sort of digitize and bring into the modern age.
Okay.
So I created like a crude prototype, and I found somebody who's visually impaired in Bangalore, gave it to him. Initially, I was a little nervous whether it'll work, will not work. But I think within a couple of minutes, once he knew where the button placements were, he was able to just type. Like no explanation about how the buttons work, all of that. He was just able to type.
It was very intuitive.
It was intuitive. So that I'm creating basically a keyboard interface for the visually impaired to use smartphones and laptops more easy.
Wonderful. Could you just break down your device a little bit, explain the hardware, the design that you currently have in Vision?
So in terms of hardware, it is very similar to existing Bluetooth keyboards. So using existing chipsets, I mean, just buttons. So in terms of, because the hardware aspect of it is so simple, I can basically get the price of this, the bill of materials for this item incredibly low so that it becomes almost like a no-brainer to invest in something like this for somebody who's visually impaired.
Are you someone who is able to read Braille yourself?
Yes, I am. So I'm very slow, but I know the entire Braille alphabet.
I have a question for you. How does it work? Does it need its own battery or does it connect to your phone battery?
So the first prototype that I had done, it was connected to the phone battery.
Okay.
But again, so that's the great thing about going to the users and testing, figuring out how to plug it in, which direction to plug it in. I know this is before USB-C.
Right.
For somebody who's visually impaired, you're trying to make it as simple to use as possible. What we want to do is have its own internal battery based on Bluetooth, so it automatically pairs when you turn the device on and access to all the features on his phone.
So now, how does one input an emoji or an emoticon into this? Is that something that's been factored in?
That's a very good question. And that was the first thing that came out from the visually impaired person, that how do I put in smileys?
Okay.
Since those are characters, you can't really figure out what the new age emoticons or emojis are. But you can go to your old school, like, I think I am a purist that way. I like the old school.
And you're the most interesting engineer I've met.
Well done. Thank you very much for your idea.
Thank you so much.
Great work.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.